And we are live for
Ye-
another episode of Outlaw Star. Um,
Yes.
I believe the title to this one is Forced Departure, and that's got me curious as to what they're going to be forced to depart. I mean, is it just like are they going to have to leave their home world? What is it,
Sentinel 3.
Sentinel 3, yeah, or you know, or what? What are they going to be forced to depart from? But
They're departing from their mortal coil.
right, oh man, no, that that when you depart from that means you're like 6 foot under, uh, or could be. Anywho, let's just get right into it. So, um, anytime you're ready, you can hit the button.
Okay, I
But
hit the button. Oh, don't forget to get in the Discord. Shell, you're not in there.
yeah, I mean, I'm on there. I'm just, yeah, I was waiting for the thingy.
Invites in the
And
chat.
yeah, well, I mean, the thing just popped up. You know,
Uh,
the live
where do
thingy.
I? I
Lord, right on, pop out. Ooh, 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 nice. Join us on Discord and watch along.
Yeah. All right. Turn off console.
Alrighty then. No. So I guess they are leaving their planet, but I don't know the whole forced departure. The title of it or whatever.
Well, they were forced to depart sooner than
Yeah,
was recommended.
yeah.
I don't think
Sooner
I
than
don't think
they
they got
expected.
into the ship fully prepared because last time we left, Gene was still doing training on what happens to the ship and all the other exercises. So
Yeah,
I mean, he pretty much burned all those bridges on Sentinel. Um, Fred kind of sold them out, but in the end he still kind of helped them out by giving them a warning because it's business with Fred. He unfortunately has to satisfy the
mm.
pirates at some point.
yeah. That's what it seemed like. He was like he couldn't he can't afford to cut ties with the pirates or whatever.
We'll see
Um,
Fred again because we love Fred,
yeah,
but I'm just now realizing now that that was kind of fucked.
but the the bad guy or whatever, the one that reminds me of like
The
the
Joker.
Joker or whatever, with his makeup or his lipstick or whatever. He didn't last too long.
They don't. They really don't. The one who does last the longest, we still haven't met yet. We've
Mm,
gotten kind of hints about him, but the pirates are seeming to be pretty inept.
all right. Well, I mean, that first batch, with that, the old guy and the girl that was with him, they lasted for a few episodes, but yeah, I mean, because the look of the guy, um, he looked like he might be uh somebody to deal with, but you know,
Oh, he got dealt
Twi-
with.
Twilight took care of him in like a couple of heartbeats,
Well,
but
I'm sure if she wasn't there, that'd be the end of our crew.
mm, well,
Because remember, she showed up last episode out of the blue looking for Jean and found
mm,
Melfina being attacked by these guys instead. So it's like
mm,
it's kind of strange how everything kind of falls into place.
yeah. Although I kind of missed something though. I don't know what it is, but I was like, not getting good signal or something because I was, experiencing like the whole robot thing again and whatnot. Um, but how did Jean get poisoned?
So that was the end of last episode. The one from
Really,
last week.
I don't remember that part. All
He
right.
got I forget what he did, but I know that the Joker guy threw some like needles at him. I think it was the Joker guy. He threw some needles and Jean shot him and scared him off. We thought he was dead, but in the end, Jean was still standing. But that's when we found out he was poisoned. Right as soon as it was to be continued, he wasn't feeling too hot.
Mm.
I think it was at the tree, wasn't it? There was like a tree they were at. Am I remembering that right?
I I don't know. It's pretty bad because I can't remember it either.
But yeah, that's what
But
happened.
well, one of the things though that kind of cracked me up this
The
episode
library will close in 30 minutes
is
at 4 o'clock. If you have something to check
okay.
out or questions to ask, please come forward at this time.
Thank you. Jesus. All right. Anyway, the joys of having to do this in a public place. All
It
right.
keeps it authentic.
Yeah. Anyway, what was cracking me up was the spaceship fight sequence. You know, it's
Oh,
like
yeah. The
you know
grappler ships.
you get spaceships, with arms, holding like gigantic pistols and swords, and it's like
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be a grappler ship, you might as well go all out.
yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I just it really cracked me up, but I mean,
But I
other
mean, imagine that. You're on a ship
yeah,
and you have your
yeah,
regular weapon system, around
yeah,
there, targeting system you got to rely on. You're
mm,
somebody like Gene who hasn't had experience with that kind of thing and relies on an AI to do it.
yeah,
You just want to shoot a gun. So I'm
yeah,
sure that just feels natural to him to, it's like an extension
right,
of his body and making an arm shoot a gun. He probably,
yeah.
does a lot better with that.
But I uh, what is it? It reminded me of like the Gundam stuff, or the robot stuff or whatever, that you see, that some anime is famous for, and in fact when they were I noticed when they were in the grappler mode that it looked like there was some sort of helmet, like face looking helmet looking thing uh, on the front of the ship. When they were in the grappler mode, made it look like there was a head, or something. But yeah, but yeah, I even with the little bit of corniness of uh, spaceships, like literally duking it out with each other. I still liked it, but so now they're like, I where do you think they're headed now? Because
Well, they said they're heading back to Haifong, um, probably where
okay,
I think Aisha's still there,
yeah,
and then
like I said, the I was getting like all kinds of roboting and stuff
yeah,
like that. So all right,
yeah, they're heading to Haifong. This is the actual beginning of Gene's space journey, and he noted that when he said goodbye to Hilda, because that's kind of where in Gene's mind he kind of separates himself from the adventure that Hilda started. Kept her alive in memory, I'm sure, just as kind of like a motivation, although he's too full of himself to admit it. But right there at the end, saying goodbye, he acknowledges that he's definitely way out of his comfort zone, but it's right in his comfort zone to just fly headstrong into something and see what happens. Hopefully, he doesn't die. The way
yeah,
that Hilda did, starting that adventure with him. So he's this is it. This is him going where he needs to go. Everything else doesn't count. This is him figuring out what his purpose is with his ship, with Melfina, with his crew, his career, just everything.
yeah. And speaking of Melfina, I liked how she, cured him of his poisoning.
Yeah.
But it was what cracked me up was the for lack of a better term, the Barbie and Ken
Yeah.
look, that
Well, it's
you
really
know,
funny because I remember the censored version, and I didn't know it was censored until I saw this version, the DVD one. But just right there where you think that there's nothing there, there's like a little
mm,
patch of hair. Kind of,
yeah,
it's
I
black.
saw that.
When I
Yeah.
thought it was a shadow, but it's the way that the shadows are going. It's
Mm.
you know, I'm pretty sure they were indicating that something was going on down there, but not making it too obvious. Keeping it more
Yeah.
just a block shape
Mm.
more than the short and curlies.
Yeah. It just it always has always kind of cracked me up on
Yeah,
the with anime. Some of you know.
I know Sailor Moon back in the day. It was like when you saw that there, it was she was naked, like that
Mm,
was butt and boobs, but it was really hard to make out. But it was
yeah. Yeah. They. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Like the detailing. They don't get too detailed. You know. Um. And it just I don't know it when they it just makes it more funny or whatnot. I don't know. But you know, although unlike that one episode of Afro Samurai, when I mean that was pretty detailed
yep.
on that show. But anywho, um, so yeah, I don't know. It makes me wonder though, like what's gonna happen. Is something gonna happen between Gene and Melfina, or is it just gonna be uh, back to business, or and we've got Twilight's there, so there's a I don't know,
Because we know that Gene likes them
like
stronger women.
like is there like a love triangle freaking situation coming down the pike, or
Well, this early on,
it makes you wonder,
yeah, it's very reminiscent of how a lot of animes with one single man and multiple women are usually classified as a harem genre.
Hmm.
And there it seems to be a little subtle uh, nod to throw in some harem in there because as much as you can try to classify the genres of anime, the best ones kind of have a little bit of everything in there in every episode. So um, yeah, I mean, it would kind of look like that because you have Hilda, you have Suzuka, you have Melfina, we've got what was her name, Iris from the bar. All these
Hmm.
women in Gene's life, even the random
Right.
women that we saw in the beginning, because
Hmm.
he's not really trying to hide it. He's a bit of a
Right.
playboy. He likes to get around.
Which it's funny. One of the earlier episodes, when uh, Melfina sat down on the bed. When Melfina sat down on the bed beside Jim, and he's like, "No, no, 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 you sleep over there."
Yeah. And that's funny because that's usually how it works in harems is all the women kind of
Mm.
lean towards the guy who definitely doesn't want to get involved with anybody like that for the sake of respect. Or in Jim's case is age. Or else that would be a different kind of show. Somebody be telling
Right?
you to have a seat.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But yeah, that would be that would be that word that they or the word they use that starts with the first three letters are like a female chicken.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
That's a word we cannot say. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'd be surprised what they get away with that
Yeah.
stuff where you're just like, really? This isn't this?
Yeah.
You'll see. There's going to be an episode in here. You're going to be like, how did this work its way into the show?
Yeah.
The simple answer is that they did not air it.
Mm.
Only in Japan. But it's been dubbed for our viewing pleasure.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It seemed like seemed like I was reading somewhere that this show was on Toonami.
Yep, Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
They had a night program for
Yeah.
older kids after their regular programming called Toonami.
Right.
Following right after Adult Swim.
Right. Yeah. Well, like Nickelodeon, had Nick at Night,
Yep.
Yeah.
Teen Nick.
But
Nick at Night was more like, oh, your parents are watching, and here's the shows that they used to like. We'll go ahead and play them for you. This one is like, Toonami was like, all right, we're done with the kiddie stuff. Bring on the blood, guts, and all this other stuff.
Yeah, like you said, Adult Swim. Yeah.
Adult Swim stepped it up. You had going from blood and guts into just straight up adult humor that no child had any business listening to.
Right.
Even some stuff that I watch on there, I just don't get. Like, there's shows on there where it's like, not even an adult would like this, much less a child. Like, I don't know. You got to be careful on Adult Swim. They get.
Well, yeah. Wasn't Robot Chicken on Adult Swim? Or
yeah, I think they still are.
I'm thinking, and I don't know if it was Cartoon Network or if it was another network or whatever, but did you ever see this show called Metalocalypse?
That was Adult Swim, yes. I really enjoyed that show.
But when I was going to this tech school down in Phoenix, my Cummins, it was a auto diesel type school, and the Cummins instructor would let us watch episodes of Metalocalypse. But yeah, I do cocaine.
Those guys were hilarious.
What was his name? Dr. something.
I don't know all the names. I only know I've seen a few episodes.
The rock and roll clown guy or whatever.
I am.
Dr. something Rocco, or I don't know. I can't remember now. But all right, well, so it's about quarter to 4, and they shut this place up at 4:00, and I don't want to get any more evil stares.
I didn't want to get scolded.
Yeah, I don't want to have to deal with Karen Librarian. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, and I appreciate anyone and everyone who came by and or will come by on the replay. And until then, have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.